Come on. Come on. Come on, honey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's my girl? How's my girl? Right there. She's not gonna have it? You're not gonna have it? All right, Spider. Give me a mouse. Come here, honey. Okay. There you go. There you go, my. Okay, there's my girl. There's my girl. A Delta Rescue. We rescue dogs. I've been rescuing them since '79. Abandoned in the wilderness. Used to be the forest, the ocean. Now mostly the desert, the deep desert. People throw them out. They're abandoned. Or they're born of abandoned parents in the desert. Now, I've heard some people call them feral dogs. They're not feral. You'll never see a feral dog. No, honey. No, you're not feral. Mouse's mother was skinny from starvation and pregnant and so weak, they just picked her up or brought her to our satellite. A couple of days later, she was on IV. She had 13 puppies. All but 5 passed away the first few hours. And Mouse here they named her Mouse because she was all pink, no hair. She was like a pinky mouse. And it was months and months and months of, they hand fed and bottle fed. And it was months before she started getting any hair. She has a skin condition. We won't get into that. Kind of gross, but the bottom line is she's on medicine for it. Her nose will never grow back. This is just a tough disease. Yes, that's my girl. You're beautiful. You're such a beautiful girl. Yes, you are. You see her toes are messed up a little. I mean, a dog like this, people are afraid of dogs like this. People, they don't get that they're, and it's probably a test, they probably, some of them say, I'm going to come down all messed up. Some of the angels want to test their people and who's gonna love me even looking like this. But you know what? You're beautiful, and I mean that. I'm not just saying that. You are beautiful. Now, I talked to an animal communicator, a real one, decades ago, Cindy Wood. She was famous, she didn't charge money either. She was just famous for being able to communicate with animals. And she was so good. I didn't tell her anything about my dogs, and she picked every one of them, abandoned ones. Boom, 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 boom. She told me everything. And she says they have let me put this over here for you. I'll put this over here. Put that there. Is that better? She says they communicate with pictures. So you use words, but you're really telegraphing images to them. You're telegraphing pictures. And they telegraph pictures back. So when I tell her she's beautiful, she gets that. That's in her way. That's in your way. Bumping your head with that stupid hat, huh? You're a pretty girl. You're the pretty girl. Yes, you are. And she knows she is, because I said she is. And she knows I mean it. That pretty girl. I've been thinking about her. I knew we were going to shoot her here, and I've been thinking about her for a few days. And every time I think about Mouse, you know, she won't come out of her house. She's scared. She only comes out when people are not around. But she'll come up on a leash for medications. But she's in with her sister. There's 4 of them that are like this, not messed up skin-wise, but they're shy. They don't like people. But 4 of them won't come near people. Yes, honey. And yet, we let them be who they are here. We let them be whoever they want to be. There's no requirement. They don't have to pass any behavioral tests. You know, that, speaking of which, it really gets me. You know, you see these YouTube shows where you get the Humane Society. Tell me what's humane about this. They get a glove and they put it on the end of a stick. And then they go up to a dog who's waiting for adoption, and they put the stick with the glove on it near the dog's face. And if the dog snaps at it or whatever, this dog is unadoptable. Some idiot, some moron who thinks she's an expert says this dog is unadoptable, it has to be put down, this dog is not sociable. Well, the dog is smarter than you, lady. The dog knows you got a frickin' stick and you're poking her with a stick. In your mind, you got a hand with a glove on it because you're an idiot. That's not a hand with a glove on it. That's a friggin' stick, and it's dangerous to the dog. And then you condemn the dog to death. What kind of person are you? Get the hell out. Humane societies. You're beautiful. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you are. Mousie's a good girl. Mousie's a beautiful girl. Yes, honey. Yes. I'm thinking in my own house who gets along with who, and I hate to bring her there and then they don't get along with her. Mousie. I had another dog named Mouse. I was thinking last night. Mouse was one of my first dogs, with Chihuahua, white Chihuahua. And I remember here in this hospital, in the room that we just left, I had an oxygen unit in there, and Mouse was failing. And her last night, it was emergency, so I brought her and put her on oxygen. And I stayed with her. I slept on the floor with her, and she passed away during the night. But she was comfortable. She just went to sleep. If she was suffering, we would have done something else. Yes, you're a beautiful girl. You're a beautiful girl. Yes, honey. Boy. You're a killer. I'm going to go through all that and then to have this problem too. But she's not in pain. She's on medicine. Nothing's painful. And she now knows that she's beautiful. She's the beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. Yes, she is. Yes, you are. Yes. You're one of our real beauties. Yes, you are. A nice girl. She's enjoying the attention and the... I see you're going to need a dentistry. I'm going to talk to them about that when we go back in. Probably nobody has been down here looking up into her mouth in the back and oh, you need a dentistry. Yes, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. Now, here, Delta Rescue is a Care for Life, so she will be taken care of for the rest of her life. Anything she needs, and I always say if they break a toenail, they're in our hospital, and that's true. That's true. If there's anything wrong, they come right in the hospital. You know what? I'm going to move her out of the sun because I think with the nose thing, it's going to be like lupus. You know, you can't let them be in the sun. So let me move over into the shade. You coming? Come on. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Okay. Let's bring this over here. Let's come in the shade. Oh yeah. No, I can't see because my eyes are all blanched. Okay, now so that everybody could hear me, I'm going to put this little, speaking of a mouse, put this on this side. There we go. Come on, mouse. Come on, mouse. Oh, yeah. Come here, honey. Come here. Come here, mouse. Mouse. Come on, baby. Hey, mouse. Look at the mouse.
She wants some water?
Yeah, you got a thing right there. There should be a dish right there. Oh. There you go, mouse. Here, want some? Want some water, honey? It's my girl. That's my girl. There you go. Yeah, she's my girl. Mouse is my little girl. You know, anybody watching this is going to fall asleep right now, but I'm going to tell you, this is such a joy. She doesn't come near people. And look at her. And she's relaxed. She's right in here sleeping or laying down next to me. Mousy. And she knows she's a pretty girl. Yeah. And you know, I can promise them all a long life because we have the hospital here and big sanctuary, 115 acres, big staff. Takes a lot of money, but the good news is I've been asking people for estates, for bequests, put us in your estate plans. I've been asking that from the beginning. And, in the beginning, a lot of people, even in the middle, people ask for cash. They ask for donations. You want to make a donation? Sure, we'll take a donation. But I'd much rather have you think of the long haul and put us in your estate plans, because that's why we're here today. We're here today, and I'm able to promise them a full life and all, because I work hard at fundraising, and I work hard at getting people to save on their taxes and put us in their estate plans. Think of the future. Now, I have some people from years ago. I remember them. They're like friends. You're your donors from the beginning. They put us in estate plans, and we're here today. The people who put up the money to build this hospital put us in the estate plans. The wife put us in the estate plans, and then later she passed away first, and the husband put us in his. And these animals are cared for because people had foresight, and I like to think that they're on the other side watching. Now, a dog like this, she wouldn't have a prayer. What prayer would she have? What chance would she have in this planet? What chance on this planet would she have being born with this condition? 13 puppies. She was one of the 5 survivors. That's right there a record. And here she is today, and she's going to have a happy ending, because we don't adopt. There's a reason we don't adopt. I wrote a book on adopting. Nobody had, by the way, when I started this, there's nothing. I searched everywhere. Can anybody, write something on adoptions? Was there a book written? No. Cleveland Amory was my buddy. Cleveland didn't have any idea either. He said, no, why don't you write a book? So I wrote a report on how to find a home, because I was adopting, really. I knew how to adopt. And then I wrote a book on it, and then I made a movie on it back in the MASH and Love Boat days. I had celebrities from the shows on it in the thing. Called it Safe House. Nothing to do with the movie that came out later with Denzel. It's a different Safe House. This was Safe House: how to find a home for your rescued animal or loving pet. And I put that in there because it was so complicated. But I figured it out. I figured out a way that I could adopt based on emotions, based on, man, if people see that, if they see this dog and don't light up like a Christmas tree, they're not getting her. Nope, don't have anybody else for you. And I would select one. I'd never show them. A lot of people make the mistake of showing a whole bunch of dogs in a kennel or something, and the people are confused. And how can you tell one from the other? It's like the pound. How can you tell one from the other? You wait for somebody to do something, so one of them comes up and looks at you. Oh, that's the one. She looked at me. Doesn't matter. Take one. But the fact is, when I was adopting, I would really interview the people and find out a lot about them. And then even sometimes I would look at them and I would kind of say, this guy looks like, yeah. I'm gonna get. So I go pull Charlie out. Here's Charlie. Charlie looks like, if the guy was a dog, he'd look like Charlie. So that was an easy one. And he would go nuts. He would light up, and Charlie was his new friend. Anyway, I wrote this book, and it's still, years later, it's on Amazon for $1 or something. It's called Is This the Place? It's a half of a book and half of an adoption thing. And I read it last year. I went through it myself, and I said, who wrote this? It's incredible. I had no idea in the day. I said, who wrote this? Could I write that today? No, because I don't adopt. But who wrote this? It's just an incredible piece. And I get rescuers saying, hey, we got your book. Ma, it's so good. Because I quantified emotion. How do you do that? How do you quantify emotion? How do you put a number on emotions? And here's the people, and they're going to have numbers 1 through 4 or something. And then at the bottom, I had a score. And if you get below 38 or something, run like hell. If you get between 38 and 59, this. And then if you get if you get over this, you got a good home, So anyway, that was then. Now, I was king of the hill of adoptions, if you want to look at it that way. And then I found out it ain't working. What is wrong? People would call up years later, the ones I was lucky about, the ones who followed the contract, they called up and I can't keep the dog anymore. What? And something changed in their life, and the dog. This angel was sent for you, and you're rejecting him. I mean, this is incredible. So I would get him back. Sometimes I didn't get him back. I would check on the dog, and I gave him to the maid who gave him to the guy in Arizona, and don't worry, he's got a good home. But the one that did it was Bonnie. Bonnie really, really hurt. I rescued Bonnie and her pups on a Wednesday, and on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, a flood came, and where she was under 10 feet of water. They'd have all been killed. So I had them all here, and 10 years later, a lady and her husband, who are terrific donors, they gave me, I have to take pictures of the animals for the fundraising. They gave me a nice camera outfit, a Canon with all lenses. I'd never had anything like that. It was really good. So they're really good people. And she said Bonnie reminded her of her childhood dog, so I adopted Bonnie. Hated to see her go. It was a heartbreaker. I said, boy, this adoption stuff sucks. So they went home, and then I checked on her. It's fine. They sent me a picture at Christmas of Bonnie on the couch with the other dogs. Oh, nice. Then this summer I checked on Bonnie, and here's what they said. We had to put her down. What? We put her down. The vet, don't get me started on vets. The vet said, the local shopping mall vet, the pred pusher, the local vet said, she's developing kidney problems. You should put her down. Now, developing, what does that mean, developing kidney problems? She didn't have kidney problems. You go into a vet and the BUN's a little high. She just ate something. It doesn't mean anything. Developing kidney. She's supposed to call me. Now, at the time, coincidentally, nothing to do with Bonnie, but we started a kidney dialysis program with the UC Davis, the first one, the only one still in the world, like 30 years later. And we knew a lot about kidneys, trust me. And we knew how to treat kidney problems. I started the world's first kidney dialysis program for dogs, which later translated to cats and helped people. And you put my dog down. My 10 years I've had this dog, and you put her down because some local schmuck said that she's developing kidney problems? What in the hell is that? So we had a big fight. I slammed the phone down. I said, I will never again the rest of my life adopt any dog because I can't trust these people. I don't care who they are. And I was done. I said, from now on, we're care for life. I made that term up off the top there. Care for life. So a while later, a few years, to verify this, I talk about doing the right thing. A while later, I did a market research. I paid 20 grand to do a market research on the pet industry. Because I said, I got to get more ways of fundraising. We got to get ways, this is back in the day, we got to get more ways of fundraising. I was good at direct mail, but there's got to be something more than just direct mail. And I did the pet industry research to see if there's a hole. Maybe there's a little hole in there we can get in and raise money. And the guy ran the research. After a few weeks, he called me up one day out of the blue. He says, so-and-so, he says, you will not believe what we just found out. And I verified this. So what? In America, people only keep their pets 2.5 years average. Whoa. Think about that. You keep them for life. Somebody else keeps them for 3 months. The average is 2.5 years. People only keep their pets 2.5 years. Click. Everything I knew about adoptions, everything I knew about the results of adoptions, the people get adopted dogs, what happened in the life of that dog later, that's what it is. People in America don't keep. Now, talking about the United States. Other countries have worse things. But the thing is, here, you adopt a dog, the cats forget it. They don't even adopt cats, but you adopt a dog 2.5 years. Well, I look at these guys, and there's no way, especially given what they've been through and abandoned and damaged psychologically, emotionally, physically, there's no way I'm ever going to adopt one to anybody on the planet. Oh, I'm the best home there is. I keep them for life. Well, go to the pound and get one out and get them 2.5 years. That's the average. Get them 2.5 years. You're going to die, get them out. So I send everybody to the pound. Go to the pound. We don't adopt. There's no reason to have one of our dogs when a dog is going to die in his. If you got a home, you got a space in your home, and I fill it with one of mine, then the dog on the pound's going to die. So that's hypocritical. And you know, so to me, organizations that claim we did so many thousands of adoptions, you know, we're really, you know, it's not what you think. You didn't really. You just turned them over and made yourself a hero. So people give you money because you do all these adoptions. The adoptions fail. Most adoptions fail. I'm not going to take a chance that the 1 in 3 or the 1 in 4 is going to be her home. No, I'm not going to lose any. It's care for life. So you go, well, how big can you get? How many can you? Well, I manage. We lose them, attrition. They get old, they get sick. We have a hospice. We do everything for them, but then when they pass, we've got a space, and somebody else comes in. And I know this. We lose a dog, and then before you know it, there's somebody taking that dog's place within a few days. And so I get, you know what I think happens? They know they're sick. They know they're going to pass away, and they choose today at 4 o'clock. Because tomorrow at 3 o'clock, this other dog needs his spot. And that's what happens. I've seen it so much, like for 40 years. So at any rate, no more adoptions. We do this. I'm not going to be a hero and fight people with, well, that organization does 40,000 dogs a year. No, they don't. Here's what they do. And I can prove this because I sent my lawyer out to visit them. They have 200 and some odd dogs in their kennel. Turnover is twice a year. That means 400, 500 a year they adopt. Why do they say 40,000 or 44,000? Well, here's why. And it's mail fraud, but they get away with it this way. Somebody calls in from Arkansas. I'm looking for a puppy. Can you help me? Yeah, sure. Call this place over here. And it's another pound. And so that's an adoption. Somebody calls up. I can't keep my dog. Oh, take him over to so-and-so. They do that, and then somebody else calls and says, I'm looking for a Chihuahua. Oh, call this place in Tennessee. They have a Chihuahua in their pound. They count that as a rescue. That recommendation or kiss-off is called an adoption. So now I'd have people in the beginning coming up to me and saying, well, so-and-so adopted 44,000 dogs last year. How many did you adopt? More than them. Incredible. So, no. People who think that the ending of the story is an adoption, you're dreaming. You're in la la land. The end of the story is not the adoption. What happens after the adoption? And the ones who are honest at least tell you they came back. The dog got returned. The dog got returned because it was barking. Whoa, that's a good one. I heard that one this morning. Dog was barking. It's a German Shepherd. You got the dog for, in their head, probably protection. That's the way a lot of people think. They're a commodity. They're not angels. They're commodities. So I got the dog for protection. Well, the dog barks too much. Well, I don't know, move to a safer neighborhood. But at any rate, so we don't adopt, and I know adoptions don't work. But I will say, anybody who's out there promoting getting the dog out of the pound, do it. Yeah, you're doing something. At least you don't call me. Boy, I get this a lot. I get them emailing me. Here's the dog. He's been in the pound for so. I'm a volunteer. Well, take the dog home, you idiot. What the hell is this? You're sending it out to other organizations? That's not how you volunteer. You get the dog out, get him a home, walk the streets with him until you get him a home. By the way, that's not a joke. A guy sent me a picture of a beautiful pit bull that he adopted in like Kentucky. And he named him after a dog that I had just written about. And he said, I want to tell you, I named him after your one. I says, how'd you? He says, well, I was sitting there with my wife having brunch Sunday morning, and this guy walked by with this beautiful dog. And I said something, the dog came up and licked me and all that. And the guy said, yeah, he says, I'm a volunteer at a rescue, and I'm taking him out for walks to try to find him a home. And he adopted him from, I mean, that's brilliant. You know, the guy took him for walks in fancy areas to meet people, and then somebody fell in love with him and adopted him. I go, well, there you go, you know. But at any rate, we don't do that. I think she's sleeping. I think she's sleeping. I think my girl is sleeping. Are her eyes closed?
Looking at me now.
Did I just rant? This is supposed to be about Mouse, but there's a lot of stuff I've seen over the years that just comes out, but it's the truth. It's what really goes on. Now that's another thing. You know, I mentioned estates. I try to tell people, you know, back in the day, Disney did a big thing on me and they put it on Epcot magazine. It was a new show. I had all kinds of shows for a couple of years. I said, well, I guess I couldn't really have a successful rescue unless I'm an actor and I'm in Hollywood because I'm on all these TV shows. So after a couple of years, I went to get, you know, some show or other, and they said, oh, we were going to, but we found out you're overexposed. They told me I'm overexposed. Being an actor, I said, well, now I could tell people I have the highest TVQ of any unemployed actor in history. TVQ is a TV quotient for people who don't know the industry. That's what I'm seen everywhere. And I'm not a working actor, but I'm you know, I'm everywhere. So, but the thing is, people would donate, and they don't put your organization in an estate plan unless you've been around. And I've seen it the opposite. They'll put the 3 ladies down the street in their estate plans, and they'll put this guy and that guy and us. And so when you get the sheet at the end, when the person passes, the lawyers send you a list of all the beneficiaries, and they find out I've seen this, that you know, like 30 beneficiaries, at least half aren't there anymore. The organization is gone. The people did it for 5 years, they did it for 10 years, and that's it. They got burnt out. Because it's a tough thing. I do something totally different. And how can I burn out? I'm out there. If I see a dog in trouble, a cat, no. If I see a mouse in trouble, a hawk. You know, I had a thing with NPR radio. It's still on their thing, their website, back in '83 called Cross My Path. The interview was, you know, why am I doing this and whatever. I said, well, I have a deal with the universe. It's true. I didn't know that I signed a deal, but I guess it's a deal. Everywhere I go, animals run in front of me. They need help. So I said, if they cross my path, I guess I have a deal with the universe. If an animal crosses my path, I will help that animal. That's what I was given to do. But if he crosses your path, that's what you have to do. Don't call me. That's what you have to do if the animal crosses your path. So, you know, anyway, back to estates, we found out that when you're making an estate, you're not going to be around. You're not going to be here. So you want to make sure that your money goes to the intention, care for the animals, not sideways. So I like to look at the big guys. There's the 3 biggies, famous. They do hardly nothing compared to us, but they have hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank and estates like crazy. But if you give them money, and I had a donor who gave us I'll tell you the numbers. I had a donor who gave us $250,000 in her will or trust. But she gave a big animal rights organization that is all blowhard. She gave them $1 million. And I said, why? She was our friend. How could she give that banana head $1 million? Well, because the banana head called her up and talked her into it. Yeah, but they don't have animals. They do this other thing, but they don't. Why would she give them $1 million? And we've got all of this, and boy, we could have used that money, and you know, and I realized she gave us what she thought we needed, what we could use But they were bigger, so they could use more. So a lot of these organizations with the hundreds of millions, you know who they are. Check your ads on TV. People think big money is a drop in the bucket to them. They don't, but people think they need it because that's the size of their budget. No, that's the size of their staff. Count the animals. One of them doesn't have any. Actually, two of them don't have any. So, so I like to tell people that we're in the sweet spot. The sweet spot is we've been around 45 years. We're not young enough that we're going to disappear. We're here and we're staying. We're 45 years and going. And we're not rich. The money goes to the animals and we're not rich. So if you want your money to count, if you want your estate to make sense and you want your animals the most animals to benefit, this is the real deal. And that's what I tell people on the estate planning. So again, if we were asking for cash, like a lot of them, I mean, yeah, we could always use cash, but that's like, here today, gone tomorrow. Long term is what I'm looking at. Long term. We want this organization to continue well into the century, to the end of the century. As long as there's a planet left and a country, which is debatable, we want this organization to continue so that the next one of them, the next one of the little mouse puppies can live. Can you imagine the curse she was given, and yet here she is. She's going to have a long life, and she's going to be cared for. And I might even take her home myself if I could get a spot. I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking of where could I bring Mouse. Look at this girl. What a beautiful girl. All right. I hate to leave her, but we gotta go visit some other dogs that tell them what's going on with their lives and where they are. Is she sleeping? You can see her. Is she sleeping? All right. Why don't you? We can cut here and just ask Dr. Brown to come out for a second. So the Genicin is for the infection on the face?
Yeah, it's just to try to keep that raw tissue from becoming infected. I mean, you just want to keep that under control.
And she takes that with the nose right there? It doesn't bother her to get Genicin spray?
I mean,
yeah.
It's not like it's the greatest thing, but it's not...
It doesn't bother her.
Doesn't really bother her.
And
they apply the sunscreen primarily to the bald areas on the planum there, where...
Right.
Underneath the eyes.
So now, if she were indoors only, she wouldn't need the sunscreen.
No.
So
absolutely not.
And then she's on. What is she on for? How many times a day? The pred and
the pred and azathioprine are. They're alternating days.
Oh.
Once a day. So.
Oh, nice.
So she gets pred one day. She gets azathioprine the next. Pred one day, azathioprine the next.
How's she doing?
Well, I feel like she's stable.
Yeah.
We're preventing progression, but that's all we can hope to do. I mean, there's tissue loss there that is not going to come back.
No. Did you hear her story when she was? Mom was just pick her up in the desert. Pick her up. She can't even. She's pregnant as hell. She can't move. She's so weak.
Yeah.
So they brought her in. And IV'd her, and she's so weak, she had 13 puppies.
Wow.
Only 5 lived. The others died right there, after birth.
Yeah.
And she was so weak she couldn't nurse them, so they had to do that. She couldn't even stand.
Yeah.
She couldn't stand for days and days. Little Mouse she's named Mouse because she was pink.
Yeah.
No hair and pink.
Yeah.
She looked like a pinky mouse. And she didn't have any hair for months.
Yeah.
So this was, her thing. But now here's what do you want? Listen to that cat.
That's my friend.
Oh, she knows you? Oh, I'm right here, yeah. It's on my mind. I've been thinking about it. I don't know. We'll see. But if she comes to my collection
Yeah.
with Nacho and Bernie, Bernie's the smallest dog. You don't know until you get Addie's in there.
Yeah.
And then you see Addie, and Bernie's this little shit. You go, Bernie, and she's tough.
Yeah.
Well, no, can I ask?
The sun is her enemy, definitely.
Yeah, so that'll help that. But what about her organs now with all the pred, and how's the liver? And
Well, it's definitely going to play a role over the long term.
long time. How is she now, though?
Right now, she's, like I say, pretty stable.
Liver's good.
Yeah.
Right. She needs to be hugged. She needs a hug. And she's not, Addie's that dog is worse than Nacho for food.
Really?
She's not bad, though. I mean, she's not nasty. Like Nacho's just, she does the same thing, but she gets in with the noodles, we call them. She gets in with the two pups, and Della especially goes after her. And she doesn't care. She doesn't care if someone's hanging on her back. She just keeps going for the dish.
Yeah.
She wants food. And her thing is, I give her medicine in chicken. I make chicken breast, and then I dice it up, and I give her pills. Addie gets them in chicken because of her pancreatitis. Mm-hmm. So she gets boiled chicken, or sometime I cook it in the flavor wave. But boiled chicken, and she gets her pills. So she's got that, and everybody gets a taste, but she gets, that's her only food when I give her the pills. So she's doing great. So what do you think if I'm just guessing, we're moving things around right now in the garage. Meg bought these big shelves. So we got to put them together one at a time and then clear stuff and move. So once we do, we'll have the floor space back. But they don't sleep on their dog beds.
No.
They don't. I mean, one now and then.
Yeah.
That's a couch, and Nacho goes up there sometime. Bernie lives on it. And I've got dog beds everywhere, and Addie sleeps on the floor. In fact, she's always waiting by the door in case I open the door and come in. She wants to try to sneak in the house. So when I open the door, I have this much space between the dog bed and the door, just like that much. There's a big dog bed, and there's this much space that it doesn't cover. She sleeps in that space.
Yeah.
She don't sleep. The beautiful, expensive dog. No.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at this girl. You think it would work?
Oh, I think it would be a better
It's better for her.
environment
Better for her.
than not have to
And have attention.
deal with the sun and have attention. Before she goes over, we need to do the dental work that we can
Right.
to keep that because she's got eroded gums, and that is going to become an issue. The reason that the teeth go and
Yeah.
cantilevered is because the jaw was affected.
I don't want her to lose those if we can help it.
Well, yeah, it should be one. We'll keep them as long as we can.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, we don't completely stop the illness, even with the drugs.
Pemphigus, is that what it is?
Well, the term that I use with her is pemphigus vulgaris. The biopsy called it discoid lupus erythematosus.
It's a lupus.
Yeah, it's a form of lupus.
Well, I think she'll have a much better, well, we know she'll have a much better life then, because she'll have constant attention.
Right.
Now her sister, it's her brother or sister's in with her. Well, that Jasmine's in with her. It's her sister.
Yeah.
We got to do something for Jasmine because Jasmine now started hiding because she's hiding.
Yeah.
So Jasmine doesn't come out.
Because she doesn't.
Yeah, because she doesn't come out. So I've got to.
I think that would probably be rectified if she just got a partner that was more.
Well, one of her sisters. That we have the brother and the. We have 5 of them that lived. We have Coco, and then the 4 girls. I got to talk to Stephen about that. He gave me the breakdown.
Yeah.
It's in my car. There's something about Coco. But Coco was okay with the girls, but he was defensive for the girls.
Yeah.
So anybody came near the girls, he went after them.
Yeah.
So separated from the girls, he was better. But there's something about this. I'll talk to them about what do we do with Jasmine. We've got to match her up or put her in with her other 2 sisters even.
Yeah.
But all right, that'll be the plan.
Okay.
So, all right. When do you think?
And then that'll give us time to. Well, I can get her on the schedule next week.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, we're going to be here next week, but we're going to be gone probably the following week.
Yeah.
So it won't be. It'll either be before then. I want to get her a good week before we go.
Okay.
If you get her next week early enough, like Monday or Tuesday, we won't go till the following Wednesday.
Probably just swap out somebody else. Get her in this week.
What's today? Oh, Tuesday.
This is only Tuesday.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
swap her out for somebody else.
Yeah, she's definitely. She's not a problem. The question is, will somebody else? But I don't see. Addie doesn't care. Nacho won't care. Bernie won't care because she's not going to bother her space or her food.
Yeah.
But Bernie, when I let the pups in, and Bernie shivers, so she's afraid. So, but the pups are all over. They're
Very
jumpy.
active.
This
She's not obviously
right.
not.
All right. So that'll be the plan. She'll come home with me.
Okay.
Look at this girl. She's just. I mean, it's like, I hate this. They did this. They brag about this, these sons of bitches. They brag about this. We go to the pound. I won't say a name, but let's just say we had a war with them once. They go to the pound and they get out a dog and take him to the nursing home to entertain the people. So far, so good. Then they bring him back to the pound. How the hell, what do you tell that dog? And meanwhile, they're heroes because, we get dogs from the pound and we take them out and we do this and we're so nice. We take them to the people and the people are happy and they like to see the dog and then you bring the dog back to the pound. You're a hero and you bring the dog back to the pound. Now, she was out here with us. We're shooting her. I'm holding her. She's asleep here just like she's been here forever. Now what? We're going to put her back. We're not. No.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's what we'll
Thanks.
do then. You bet.
That'll be the plan. Is that a raven? Oh, yeah. So I take my chair in the different yards.
Pardon?
I take my chair in the yards.
Yeah.
And so it's something else to sit on.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Well, I'm glad you had it now.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I brought it in.
Worked out good.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll catch you later.
You bet.
So, little girl, you're going to come home with me. Yes, you are. You're going to be my little mouse. You're going to be my little mouse. Yes, you are. And you're going to get food all the time, and you're going to get places to hang out and other dogs to play with a little bit. They're all older. but then I'll come in and sit with you, and I can hug you, and Bernie will get jealous. See, I have one on my left arm, one on my right arm. And then Nacho comes up, and then the other one's Sansa. But that's the plan. I kind of knew it was the plan. I've been thinking about that. And then you hear her story. Oh, my God. All right. Well, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So he's going to do the dentistry on that bad tooth that I saw back there. And yes, honey. And no more sun, so she won't get any more medicine for sunscreen. Because the lupus, you can't. We have a bunch of lupus dogs. They have to live inside during the day and go out at night. But she stays in her house all the time, so that hasn't been too much of an issue. Yes, my girl. Yes, my girl. All right, I better get up. I'm gonna get up now. It's okay. You're gonna come with me if you want. You gonna come with me? That's okay. I'm just gonna get up. You could do whatever you want. Oh boy. Oh man. My butt fell asleep. Oh shit. Oh, that concrete is hard. Hi, honey. Let's see what she does. Do you want a piece of jerky? Do you want a piece of jerky? You want that? Okay. No, she's wondering what's happening next. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get some pictures. I got to show Meg. Hey, honey. Mouse. Hey, Mouse. I'm going to get a little video. Hey, Mousy. Look at the mouse. The pretty girl. Hi. Pretty girl. Yes, you are. I hate to disappoint her and leave her here. Okay. You can stay here or you can come with us. What do you want to do? Whatever you want. I'm gonna take the leash off, so. Hi, Annie. I'll take this off. It's okay. It's okay. You could stay. You could stay. That's your leash. Okay. Oh, she can't wait. Mouse is out of here.
She's ready.
Mouse is out of here. I don't care where I'm going. Come on, Messi. Come on, Mouse. Come on, Mousey. Come on, honey. Come up. Come on. Okay. You stay right there. She's drooling. I can't believe it. What's next? Okay. How's my little girl? Okay, look at you, you beautiful thing. A beautiful girl. What's going on next, she says, huh? What's going on? What's going on? Going to a new home. Yet another. No, you're going to come with me because I got to keep an eye on you because you're very special. A very beautiful girl. Yes. You're going to meet some other special ones. I wish I had you in the beginning, but now I got you.